shoot almost fell apart, but I think we got it back. It's just gonna have to change a lot. Yosha! It's crazy! Summer 2021. I was being a delinquent with my friends. We were out of college for the year, and I was working on this little animated cartoon series called Howie, and that was really what I was gonna focus on all summer. I started to get these calls from my buddies who were building these passion projects, these independent short films. They were being super ambitious, trying to use this free time to just make something awesome. And I started to sort of think, was I missing a chance to make something of my own? Then, out of nowhere, my buddy Rohan, frequent collaborator, good friend, fellow film student, this man texts me out of nowhere, "Jordan, are you back in LA?" I say, "Yes, I recently returned." He says, "All right, super random, but I've been trying to get more experience as a DP, so if you have any ideas for short that you want to direct, I would love to DP for you." He said, "I wanted to try to mesh your experimental stories with really natural and dramatic lighting and see if we could do something new." This was an amazing text for me to receive because it did a few things. It gave me the spark to start my own independent passion project this summer, and it also confirmed to me that kind of for the first time, I could just fully focus on directing something. Almost every short film I make, I'm normally behind the camera, and that is just a recipe for disaster. My shots tend to come out overexposed, out of focus, and I've leaned into it as my style. But having somebody say they want to DP for me was really an opportunity I couldn't pass up. But, I was worried that I was in the middle of Howie. People were already kind of asking me when's the next episode. I didn't know if I could take on a new project for sure. So I did what I always do when I'm facing a tough life dilemma. I went to Panda Express, and at the end of the meal, I open the fortune cookie, take a deep breath, and I read it. "You will be inspired to create your masterpiece today." All these signs, all these stars aligning. Rohan texts me. He wants to DP. He wants to do something new, and I'm gonna make my masterpiece. I gotta say yes. So I told Rohan, yeah. So we start trying to figure out what's it gonna be. By the way, he tells me he is leaving the country, I think, in 20 days. So that means we have to start from literally nothing and prep the shoot, revise the script, cast it, produce the whole shoot, all in 20 days. And then I'll just have the footage and I'll start editing it. So, 20 days. First thing was a script. What are we gonna make, It has to be something that I'm super excited to direct, but also that I wanted him to be passionate about shooting it. So I looked through a big folder of scripts that I've written that are either half finished or they're finished, but they never went anywhere, they never got made. And it was sort of a no-brainer because I've had this project floating around, untitled magician script. Started out as a class project, push and pull between two characters that have opposing goals. This one guy wants to just keep running on the beach, and this other guy is trying to get him to pick a card no matter what. That was the basis of the idea. In class, we had done script conferences, and people thought it was funny, and they thought it was weird. So I thought that was cool that it kind of resonated with some people, and therefore I believed in the idea enough to sort of never stop thinking about it. So I get the text from Rohan. I know he knows about it. He was in that class. And I say, "Hey man, what if we make the magician movie? What if we actually finally do it right?" Immediately he said yes. He started getting excited about sort of the visual ideas he could bring to it as a director of photography. And I started rewriting the script because I had ideally evolved as a writer, and it no longer needed to be something just super quick just to hit the prompt conflict. It could now, what I was trying to do was, start it with this goofy kind of slapstick premise And then all I knew is I wanted to build up to some ending that was weirdly emotional. So now that we committed to a script, we had to start, pulling this together in 20 days. First step, lock down the casting of the magician. How else, were we really gonna know if this was gonna work if we couldn't find this brooding force that is super captivating on camera, very physical, funny, but also sad and serious, So we got to work.